Coming up tonight on YCN News, the hearing date for defendant Robert Dellenger is pushed back. The day to pay for the first month of health insurance through the new healthcare law approaches. And Clark's Hardware shows us how to fix broken Christmas lights. For more news, weather, and sports, it's time for YCN, your local view.
Now, your daily digest of the Dartmouth-Lake Sunapee region, southern Vermont, and Windsor County. News, sports, weather, and all that is happening in our area. The news on YCN, your local view.
Good evening, and welcome to this Thursday edition of YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. A district court judge granted on Wednesday a request to push back the next hearing date for defendant Robert Dellenger. 53-year-old Dellenger of Sunapee is charged with 2 counts of manslaughter. State prosecutors say Dellenger, in an act of suicide, drove his truck from the southbound lane into the northbound lane of I-89. The truck he drove into oncoming northbound traffic crushed Jason Timmons and Amanda Murphy in the car they were driving. An 8-month female fetus also died in the December 7th crash. Dellenger was scheduled to be in court today for a probable cause hearing. Dellenger's attorneys, in motions filed to the court, say their client is hospitalized and unable to keep the court date. Now, Dellenger's probable cause hearing is scheduled for January 14th. Depending on Dellenger's hospitalization, that date could change. The date to pay for the first month of health insurance through the new healthcare law is January, reports McClatchy News. People trying to sign up for health insurance have had difficulty doing so due to technical hang-ups with the online healthcare.gov website. With the later time to pay, this may make things easier for people who want health insurance and need post-holiday shopping time to pay the premium. A medical industry trade group has agreed that people who select an insurance plan by December 23rd will have until January 10th to pay the first month's bill. Medical insurance coverage will begin on January 1st, yet the longer time to pay may ease insurance shoppers' frustrations. Before the payment date change was made, people had until December 31st to pay the first bill. After the break, we'll learn how to fix that broken fuse in your Christmas lights and where to take your next local ski trip.
The YCN News continues in a moment.
Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Don't let a broken fuse in a string of Christmas lights darken your holiday decorations. Laurie Lauridsen from Clark's Hardware knows how to fix this problem.
Okay, the day's come, you're going to put up your lights. You plug them in, half the string isn't working. You don't need to replace them. 99% of the time, all you need to do is to replace the fuse. Fuse in a string of lights, you ask? Yes, it's right here. Just slide this little thing back, and in there are 2 fuses, easily replaced. Your lights actually come with 2 extra fuses, but if you're like me, you tossed them out long ago. But you can buy replacement fuses. Usually they're a 3 amp or a 4 amp and easily replaceable. Don't replace just one, replace both at the same time. If that doesn't work, maybe there's a loose connection or a bulb that isn't working, and they now have these little guns and you can use it several different ways. The directions on it are easy. I think the easiest way is to follow their quick guide, and you just shoot the plug and it travels through and reconnects where there might be a loose connection. Very simple. You don't have to buy new lights.
With fresh snow on ski areas throughout our region, the winter sports season is ramping up. From Ragged Mountain in Danbury, New Hampshire to Stratton Mountain in Stratton, Vermont, trails are open and groomed. Today, the focus is on New Hampshire. Cranmore, Gunstock, and Jackson ski resorts are open. So are Loon Mountain in Lincoln, Pat's Peak, and King Pine at Purity Spring Resort. To learn more about all things skiing, check out www.skinh.com. Welcome back to YCN News. I'm Rose Spillman. Now Matt McDonald will have a look at our weather for the next 5 days, and he'll take a look at some local high school sports.
Thanks, Rose. Be extra careful tomorrow while traveling. We're expecting freezing rain with a high of 40 degrees and lows in the 30s. Saturday, we have a few showers with highs in the upper 30s and lows around 31 degrees. Sunday, we'll have more freezing rain with a high of 39 and lows around 32 degrees. Monday, we'll get a break from the rain with highs in the 40s and a low of 12 degrees. Tuesday, layer up because temperatures will drop to highs in the teens and a low of 3 degrees. If you're in the Sutton, New Hampshire area this Sunday, head over to the South Sutton Meeting House for their Candlelight Christmas Pageant at 5 p.m.
Hey, it's Hallie O'Brien here at Stowe in Vermont, where they get 300 inches of annual snowfall on average. On top of that, they invested $8 million into their snowmaking system. Bunch of overachievers. You know, just doing my Stowe dance. Get it? Snow dance? Stowe dance? Okay. You need the Stowe Bypass card. It's direct to lift and it gives you that day's lowest price. It's kind of like extreme couponing without any paper cuts.
It's a good thing we had those 2 fresh snowfalls this week and all that cold snowmaking this month. Ski areas have built up their bases and they're ready to stand up to any weather that gets thrown our way. Ragged Mountain has a free demo day Saturday. Test drive the latest model high-end skis from 7 different brands. Sunday is World Snowboard Day and Pat's Peak is hosting lessons, contests, and festivities celebrating snowboarding and the start of winter.
Inquiring minds want to know, what makes Stowe so good?
It's always got way less crowds than all the other places.
Good people, good times, great conditions.
And they have the tallest peak in Vermont right behind me, so it's great for pictures and it's awesome for riding.
It is the start of the Mountain Dew Vertical Challenge at Okemo Saturday. It's a great family race open to skiers and snowboarders, and they've got tons of giveaways. And check out Bromley on Saturday for Start Fun, Start Free. Learn to ski or snowboard for free at Bromley's new terrain-based learning center.
So whether it's Mother Nature or a group of snowmakers, Stowe's got you covered when it comes to snow. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.
Let's now look at some basketball games coming up tomorrow. Both are boys' basketball games. Fall Mountain will play against Bow High School at the Falcon Gym at Fall Mountain in Langdon, New Hampshire at 6:30 p.m. Fall Mountain stands at no wins, 1 loss, and no ties. Bow stands at 1 win, no losses, and no ties. Also tomorrow, Lebanon will play against Hanover High at Lebanon. The game will take place at 7 p.m. Hanover stands at 1 win, 1 loss, and no ties, while Lebanon stands at no wins, 1 loss, and no ties. These should be some great games. Check them out.
Thank you for joining us for this Thursday edition of YCN News. Don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And you can watch our programs anytime online at www.ycnnow.com. I'm Rose Spillman for YCN, your local view. Good night.